Starting your own temp agency is very exciting and can be very lucrative. I'm Russell Liebowitz, owner of Recruitemy. I have started, scaled, and sold 3 temp agencies in my 27 years of being in recruiting and staffing. And if you're thinking about doing it, I would encourage you to do so. So here's a couple of things to consider when launching your temp agency. So there are some barriers to entry, and what I want you to look out for or consider when moving forward with your temp agency is, number one, you're gonna need the right insurance plan. You're gonna need general liability and workers' compensation and some type of payroll administrator, whether it's a PEO, whether it's ADP, to run your payroll for your W-2 employees. Okay, so that can be a little tricky at first, and that can be somewhat challenging. Here's one tip that I learned to avoid that I'll pass on to you, and I hope this helps. When you start your company, hopefully you haven't done that yet or created a name for your company, do not include anything with the word staffing or recruiting or temp or anything in your company name. That's a common mistake that most new agency owners make in the beginning. The reason being, most underwriters for insurance plans find that to be a very risky business, and when they see staffing or recruiting or anything temp, they tend to shy away from those applications. So you have less of a chance of getting underwritten for your insurance policy. That's something I learned throughout the years of starting staffing agencies. So now, when you move forward with your temp agency, understand that the general liability insurance could be a little costly. So you're gonna need about $5,000 to $7,000 as an investment, depending on what skill set you're going after, okay? So if your skill set is less riskier, then your premium will be less. That's basically how it goes. So workers' compensation is very critical. That's gonna be your highest cost, as well as general liability. So when it comes time to actually doing payroll, I would recommend using a PEO in the beginning. These are companies that can really handle everything for you. Your timesheets, your hours reporting every week. They'll cut the paychecks for your employees. They have healthcare plans that you can leverage, group plans for your W-2 contract employees. Because when you go to court or a candidate or screen a candidate for a job, they're gonna wanna know what type of benefits you're offering, because many other staffing companies have those plans in place. So you must be competitive going forward. Okay, so owning a temp agency is very lucrative, and the way that model works is you get a new rec from a client. Maybe they're looking for an IT administrator, for example. You negotiate a contract bill rate of, let's say, $40 an hour. You go find your candidate for maybe $20 an hour, as an example. This is a hypothetical, okay? So that $20 an hour, there's gonna be some labor cost, or what we call a burden in our industry, to that pay rate. Maybe it's 15% per 100, maybe it's 20% per 100. Those are pretty much the ranges that I've seen through my years of doing staffing. All right, so just add on that percentage to your pay rate, and that's gonna be your total cost. Typically, I don't like to make anything less than a $10 an hour spread. All right, so I always try to shoot 10 and above, maybe $15, $20. All right, so now you're making $10, $15, or $20 every hour on that contract employee. You can do the math, it adds up. Keep placing contractors, and every week your net spread will grow exponentially. Hope this helps, guys.